Dear friends from AIDS Healthcare Foundation, steering committee members and national coordinators of Global South Coalition, executive members of Dignified Menstruation Campaign Nepal, media, all participants who are joining here and online from all around the globe. Namaste, Salam Alaikum, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all protocols observed. On behalf of Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation, I congratulate each of you who are born with uterus and ovaries globally. We are not only rejoicing our blood, but also celebrating human existence in this planet. Here I would like to remember the girls, women and queer who quit their lives by themselves, who lost their lives due to undignified conditions, who are living in harsh conditions due to invisible to visible, direct to indirect forms of menstrual discrimination throughout their lives within all diversities. Today, friends from over 56 countries are celebrating this auspicious moment, 4th International Dignified Menstruation Day, with the theme of Dignified Menstruation for Ending Child Marriage by organizing various activities. For instance, our steering committee member, Bilithu Sri Lanka, is hosting a day-long international conference. It will start in next hour. We encourage each of you to join there too. The Zoom details are available via our social sites. Likewise, steering committee member from Malawi, North America, other partners have been leading the regions and countries accordingly. However, some of our colleagues, including the UN, have strong resistance to acknowledge the urgency of dignified menstruation. In other hand, few friends have released their bands of resistance recently. Few don't like to transform, and many are joining spontaneously here and there from all around the globe. Whatever the case, we proudly claim that the dignified menstruation is new paradigm shifting in the course of development, human rights and feminism, and those who are on board already are paving the way of dignified menstruation at individual to global policy discourse and making the history a big applaud to them. Here I would like to commemorate my late mother who ruined away my heart about 40 years back, a turning point of searching menstrual dignity. Often we are receiving questions about why are we marking the Dignified Menstruation Day for 8th December. Let me remind you briefly. 8th December is the 14th of 16 days activism against gender-based violence. It means any kind of menstrual discrimination is a form of gender-based violence. It could be manifested as a sexual or emotional or physical or deprivation from resources and services or all of them at once. You may call it as a domestic or family violence or violence against girl and women. Most importantly, menstrual discrimination construct and socialize the power and patriarchy. It impacts on lives of menstruators in systemic and symptomatic manner and very much overlap each other. Thus, it is the cause and effect for many kinds of gender-based violence, including female genital mutilation, HIV, and even child marriage. It also hinders the right to political participation, right to economic benefit, right to climate justice, or everywhere. This is because menstruators are everywhere. Thus, menstrual discrimination is not only complex, multi-layered, but also gender-based violence and violation of human rights. Globally, historically, it is missing driver for child marriage. Tackling the menstrual discrimination means having dialogue around dignified menstruation. It is a tool for creating equal power relation and smash the patriarchy at home, at school, at workplace and everywhere. Eventually, it helps to achieve overarching goal of gender equality and human rights. Dignified menstruation is missing while working around ending child marriage globally. In this era of 2030 agenda, leave no one behind where ending child marriage is a priority globally. Sadly, menstruation is dealing very superficially, where it is attempted to fix free menstrual products or building toilets. Such interventions are important elements for dignified menstruation but not guarantee the dignity of menstruators. That is why the rate of child marriage remains same even after the decades of intervention around it. Child marriage is an outcome of systemic and symptomatic impact of menstrual discrimination which is missing since beginning. The programs such as livelihood or incentive to parents, engaging faith healers, police, legal authorities are important, but they do not address the underlying cause of child marriage. For ending child marriage, advancing the self-image, self-determination, self-confidence since the age of 6 to 9 years is very, very important. It is assumed that the girl who would have education on menstrual dignity at home, she could say no to her parents at first. She would continuously say no for bad touch or can reject any unintended activities including unsafe sex or marriage proposal. The song Say No is appealing for same. For decades, education for ending child marriage also focuses on outcomes of child marriage like early childbirth or poor health or poverty. Indeed, this is high time to dig the root cause of child marriage and address accordingly, that is menstrual discrimination. I am feeling shame and sad while sharing that 28 girls are getting married in every minute globally. On behalf of Global South Coalition, its partners and supporters, I shout out to revise the strategies for ending child marriage by incorporating the dignified menstruation across all activities, and also call for shifting the resources for research, campaign at all levels, especially to the grassroots level activists and organizations. Also urge to UN to endorse the 8th December as an International Dignified Menstruation Day for not only ending child marriage but also preventing all forms of gender-based violence and promotion of human rights. Again, I would like to thank each of you, AIDS Healthcare Foundation family of Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation, Dignified Menstruation Campaign Nepal, and special thanks to Mogul Media, Deepak, Dr. Sarath, Loretta, Jean, Shopna, Sudha, Lal, Dr. Samiksha, and Dr. Sikshita for their incredible contribution. Let's unite. Let's create dignified menstruation at home, at school, at community, and everywhere for making this planet more equal, more peaceful, and provide just to our children and grandchildren. By this note, I close this webinar, and I am looking forward to working with you all for dignified menstruation in forthcoming years as well. Wishing you all a very happy International Dignified Menstruation Day. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Radha madam. It's your passion, the clarity on the issue, your strong determination that keeps us going. And looking back in 4 years, because I have been working very closely with you, and I can see that we have been able to mainstream dignified menstruation. That was very much unthinkable, even just to talk about the topic of menstruation. And now we have a dedicated event, International Day, and I know there's so much to do still, but I think today is also the day to look back and pat ourselves on the back for what we have achieved so far. And on behalf of Radha Paudel Foundation and Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation, Sapna ji is there. There's an incredible team behind there. I'm sorry for not naming you, but all of you have put a lot of work actually. Thanks to AHF, LALS, everybody, for the great work you have been doing, because I am here in front of the camera, but there's lots of wonderful people working behind to make this event a success. Towards the end, I think we are very much efficient with time. We are way too ahead.